Welcome to Creative Conversations, where creatives connect and inspire. I'm Sophia, and today we'll be diving into the creative world of Charlie Bentley, where we'll be talking about his career as an actor. Let's get started. Charlie,
Hello.
How long has it been since we last worked together?
Oh gosh, no, it wasn't. It was the Quantum Mania Goodwood set, wasn't
Quantum
it?
Mania?
That's what I called it. The was it the Mods and Rockers one? You were on that. Yes,
that was the one. Good memory.
Yeah, it was because it was basically Quadrophenia mixed with West Side Story.
Yeah,
vibes.
that was really fun.
That was so much fun. I loved that.
What role
one.
were you doing for that?
I was the jazz club owner, the sleazy jazz club.
Yes, oh my God, yes.
And the TV host, the very flamboyant TV host with the gold jacket.
Yeah, there we go. And that's why it felt so weird, you coming in the studio today without a moustache. Because that's the last time I saw you, is you had a very distinctive moustache.
The moustache comes on and off all the time, and I'm always...
You can't make a decision.
I'm always in tears. Jobs come along and they say, we want you clean shaven. And my little heart breaks, and I email them a few times, email them like the day before, saying, are you sure you want clean shaven? I really want to keep it.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
How long does it take to grow it back then? Because it's quite a thick moustache to get going.
Mortimer, his name.
Mortimer?
Yeah, he's got a name.
Oh.
The moustache.
And it's the same
it's
name.
It's like Groot. It regrows, and it's still Mortimer.
Yeah,
okay. 2 months or so, it comes back. I'll grow the beard in.
Nice.
Be happy with that, because you can't have a half grown in moustache. That's a dodgy look.
Oh yeah.
You're picturing it now.
Yeah. So do you need time in between getting the next job to be able to grow it out?
Yeah, that's the thing, and you have to go through a scruffy stage, basically, where you just accept that you are unshaven and look very scruffy.
Yeah.
And then I have the beard. I don't really know what the look of the beard is, and then
rough and ready, right?
Yeah, rough and ready when it's a full beard.
Do you ever get asked to grow a beard for a role?
Hasn't happened yet. The moustache has been required because I've had so many projects and pictures taken with the moustache. The moustache does get requested back.
Really?
Particularly if there's like a World War II project, that might be
bet.
coming up. They might say, we'd prefer a moustache if you've got time, basically. Well, when's it shooting? Next week? Well, that's not going to happen.
Have you ever had to wear a fake one?
I have, yes. It was one of my first ever, I think it was my first ever extras job. Working as an extra was on Rocket Man, the Elton John.
No way! Sorry, the reason I say that... No, honestly, I interviewed a model on here the other day who was on Rocket Man, the movie.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sure they actually ended up in the film. I didn't.
What?
No.
No way.
I did one of the scenes in the hospital. It's been a while since I've watched the film where he has treatment later in the film, and I just walked behind Taron Egerton in this scene, and it was literally they had the camera on Taron Egerton, that's his name. Camera on him.
Yeah.
Cut to Jamie Bell. I walked past Taron. They cut back to Taron after I've walked
past.
I was like, I remembered that cue line. That was my cue line. That
so
they're
annoying.
not holding on him for this bit.
You see, my friend was quite lucky because I think when she got there, they were like, there isn't a role for you. And in the end, I think he must have quite liked her because he made a role for her in the end. And it wasn't like massive scene or anything. I think she had to pretend she was on drugs and dance in the background somewhere at some point. Her name's Charlie Nash. I don't know if you...
Another Charlie as well.
Yeah, another Charlie.
2 Charlies in quick succession who were on Rocket Man.
Yeah, that's so cool though.
Yeah.
Either way, do you get to meet some cool people when you were there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a one-on-one chat with anyone, but
no.
I don't know if have you ever worked as an extra in anything?
No, but it's something I've been meaning to sign up for years, and honestly I think it's just laziness that I haven't yet, because I want to get into acting,
yes,
and then I think I should do a bit of extra, and then I just won't sign up for anything, and I think why am I not doing that? It's like self-sabotage. But I think I also do a lot of things, and I'm a very busy girl, and somehow I always think that I have more time for another career or another thing that I want to do. But actually, from modelling, I think it naturally progresses into acting quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's something I really want to explore next. So
I mean, well, I look at your modelling work, and you always bring character and performance into it. So,
thank you. But I actually think the character and the performance I bring into my modelling stems a lot from working for Goodwood for years. Because how long have you worked for Goodwood? Oh, for anyone listening, we both worked for a company called Goodwood Actors Guild. So we would do immersive acting and modelling for Goodwood events, like Goodwood Revival, but also for like private ball events. And that's how we met, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago now.
Oh, and
we were children.
Oh, God. And I've been there. I think I'm one of the longest serving. I'm certainly not the longest serving there, but I've been there.
You lasted longer than I did.
I've been there definitely over a decade. I've been doing shows and things there because it's just like, you're right. Yeah. It's just, particularly with, I always want to do the Goodwood Revival because it's just 3 days.
For fun.
Yeah, it's 3 days out of the year. Like, I was doing an immersive job recently and they said, do you need any days off? Because it was a 4-month contract and so any days off. I'm booking Revival off. I want to do that. That's my little break and it's my little...
It's nice that you get to have fun and get paid. I mean, it's not amazing pay, but it's still something, isn't it? And it's... I mean, for years when I was younger, I wanted to model, didn't know how, wanted to act, and Goodwood kind of facilitated that because you get like professional hair and makeup, and their vintage archives are just amazing, aren't they? And it's just so fun. And we're actually getting Dolly and Gracie on the podcast.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're just trying to fix a date, but how hilarious. I don't know how I'm going to interview both of them.
Oh, God. Are they going to...
Come as a tag team. It's going to be hilarious.
They are the best. I love them so much. There's a reason they are the icons of all Goodwood events.
How would you explain like Dolly and Gracie to everyone? They are the famous char ladies of Goodwood.
You can't explain them. You just have to experience them.
Yeah.
They're just a delight. They are hilarious, flirty, naughty.
So naughty.
So naughty. I love them. And two of just the loveliest people. They're so nice.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I keep coming back to Goodwood is it's all the people who work there. Like I was just there this weekend for the members meeting.
Oh,
and yes. I was being a very stern teacher.
Oh, really?
Going around.
I used to be one of the grid girls for those. You know when they put the garlands around the racers' necks?
Oh, yes.
One time I saw one of the winning racing car drivers go up in flames. He stopped, like he won.
Right.
I think he came second place actually.
Okay.
But yeah, he like stopped. Everyone was like, "Yay!" And the next thing, up in flames.
Goodness.
And it was terrifying. I started crying. I thought he was going to die.
Well, yeah. I mean, how was he? I mean, their leathers are incredible. And
the
so
thing is, his head was on flames. You know.
Yeah.
And no one could help him. So he's freaking out, trying to undo the buckle of his, their seatbelt.
Yeah,
and he could probably because he's
frightened.
He was
Still in the car.
And this car. They're those vintage racing cars that look like, I don't know if this is right to say on live, it looks like a tampon. It's like a weird...
Do you
know what car I'm on about?
I believe so.
Yeah. Well.
I can't say I've ever called it a tampon, but now you've said it. Now every time I go to Revival, I go, and here comes the tampon racers.
But basically this vintage little car, and he can't get out of it, probably because he's freaking out. Do you know what I mean? But he's like, and everyone's like freaked out just watching him, and then he throws himself out of the car. He finally gets out of the seatbelt, and then he just has to roll around in gravel, and people are kicking it at him, thinking. And then eventually someone came with something to put him out, but by that point, like he'd been on fire for a decent amount of time, and I was freaking out, and someone stopped me from trying to help. So I'm in this. I think I was in this fake leather outfit for the grid girl. I would have gone up in flames.
It would have just melted immediately.
Exactly. But it was terrifying. And anyway, he was absolutely fine. But you could see he needed to take a time out. And when he took his helmet off, his eyebrows were just a little bit singed. But that was as far as it went. Thank God. But I don't think it actually got much airtime, that, to be honest.
To be fair. And here are the beautiful outfits that everyone's wearing at Revolt. And here's a man on fire. And let's promote Goodwood.
Yeah. But come to think of it, he was second place because I found it rather hilarious that the one that was the winner ended up not getting as much...
screen time.
Everyone was way more excited about the guy that was on fire second place than the guy that actually won. He's like, yay, I won, and then the next he's taking all the limelight.
Can you just stop screaming for a minute and just let the cameras be on me for us? We can go back to you in a minute. Just let me. Can I have my laurel, please?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Goodwood is a funny place.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Can you say, like, what's like one of the most crazy characters they've asked you to play?
Oh, I mean, that TV host.
The sleazy TV host.
Well, he wasn't, the host wasn't sleazy, the jazz club owner was sleazy.
Yes.
Yeah, the TV host got camper and camper the more shows I did. And I could see, like, you know, all my friends who were performing with me, you could see, like, every time it's like, he can't push it up a notch more. And that's just, he got very flamboyant by the end. It was great. Because there was the wonderful, beautiful, delightful Harley who was always would do my hair for it. She loves curling my hair for it. So the curls got more and more ambitious.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, it's fabulous.
You are dangerously good at playing quite a camp character, aren't you?
It just I mean, it's terrible. Like, so often if it's a part that's silly, I'll go into it and go, okay, I've got an idea of how it will play. And particularly at something like Goodwood, where you are finding the character as you go.
Yeah.
You know, very often there's no rehearsal time. You're just given a character brief.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah,
literally no rehearsal time.
I know, and the thing is, like, I had no training in acting whatsoever, and I literally got the job probably because I'm quite flirty. I remember on the day of the auditions.
Yeah.
I saw something on Facebook and I applied with, you know, I was an artist, so I'd never done anything like that. But I still remember my outfit. I was looking cute that day. I had this little white mini skirt, matching white little top, and I looked like a tennis girl almost.
That was my instant image.
It was a good look. And I remember they got us to do a catwalk to different music from different eras. And I was walking with this other girl down the catwalk who had this big, bouncy blonde curls, amazing figure. She was a professional singer and actor, and I thought, I have no hope next to this girl. She performs on like cruise ships and stuff. I can't remember her name. It's stunning.
Right.
So anyway, we did the catwalk and I was like, how am I going to stand out? Now, what I did, I am not telling anyone to do. This is a very Sophia move that could have gone totally wrong, but it worked for me. But anyway, when we got to the end of the catwalk, I turned around and sat to the bottom and winked at the judges. And obviously, because she's an actress, she was like, oh, stop it, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hard, like, so it was light. It was just like, ew. Anyway, they were like, we love you. You're fantastic. You're getting on the team. And I was like, is that all it took? But it was because I showed a bit of personality, I guess.
And as I say, because, you know, you develop characters yourself.
Yeah.
That's like, well, she's just thinking on the fly. She can come up with a character on the fly as she goes. So
exactly.
It's like that is exactly what we're looking for at Goodwood.
And it was funny, but then I just always got silly, cheeky, flirty roles after that. I remember my first ever role for Goodwood, I was in a pair of pink hot pants. I don't know if you worked at that event, and I was modelling on TVR sports cars.
Okay.
It was totally wrong when you think back to it. Like,
it's
pretty girls on nice cars. I mean, it's great.
I mean, Goodwood's gotten better. There's been a history. I love Goodwood too much, and it's always been good fun. But some of the things I look back on some of the events that were going on, particularly with the actresses there, and you go, oh, this is encouraging bad behaviour from, particularly, Goodwood does invite a lot of somewhat sleazy men who are getting more and more drunk.
Yeah.
There's a reason the Garland girls.
We have bodyguards now.
Yeah, bodyguards.
They go around everywhere. I felt like a celebrity though at Goodwood when you can't even go to the loo without having bodyguards that escort you everywhere. Because you're like famous being a grid girl just because they're like, oh, that's the pretty girl that was on the track.
They're the icons.
Yeah.
But
I bet you are too, because you've done it for so many years now, and you were always amazing. Like you literally live and breathe your characters, and I always thought that was great. I used to have so much fun working with you because you are so fun, and you do bring like the life to the party kind of thing.
Oh, bless you. That's very. There've been. Was it the last? No, it's not last year, the year before I was being another sleazy.
Yes, we need to look into this. Charlie only gets casted, well, not only, but he gets casted a lot for sleazy characters.
Yes.
Now, what does that say about Charlie?
I don't know, and it scares me. it.
You have an inner sleaze.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just so funny because you're such a sweet guy. And it's like, where's this sleaze bag come from? Like, I love it though. I like, maybe that's why, because I think actors like to kind of be something completely opposite to who they really are.
Oh, know? Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
It's so fun. I mean, I was doing a film recently with Shogun Films. It's a film called Dr. Plague that I'm not sure when it's coming out. I
recognise that name.
I think it's coming out later in the year. And I'm playing this YouTuber who is investigating the killer. And I remember I was just shooting a scene of me doing my YouTube videos. And after I finished it, because I'd spent a lot of time watching all the YouTubers I personally cannot stand.
Oh no, really?
The most annoying YouTubers, the Paul brothers, and I mean I because it was that sort of character as well. Luckily, my algorithm wasn't affected too badly, but I did start watching some Andrew Tate too.
No.
Like, yeah, it's that sort of...
Did it start getting in your head?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Fascinating that... It's the worst of the internet, and you watch it...
Yeah.
You go,
I feel guilty sometimes for the brain rot that comes up on Instagram. And once you get caught in watching Reels, it's really hard to stop.
Oh my God. It's when you're watching Reels and you... catches up and go, why am I watching a load of rubbish? 10 minutes later, you realise you're back doing it. I don't remember picking this back up again.
Yeah. How much time do you think we waste scrolling through
crap? Think about it. I need to have my social media pause. I need to take all the apps off my phone, and I do a month or two.
But I really need social media to promote myself as a model and artist. Do you find that it's the same with you in acting?
Very much so.
Really?
Very much so. And that's the thing as well. I get people, like I run into people on, maybe if I'm being an extra and I run into someone I haven't seen for a while, because you'll always run into similar faces. And they go, oh mate, you're doing so well. You seem to be busy all the time. And I look at them and go, I haven't worked in 2 months. This is my first job in ages.
Oh my God, yeah, but that's the thing. If you post every day, people do think that.
Yeah, and there was another actor I saw, and I was convinced he'd be a millionaire by this point, because following his social media, and he has done commercials. I've seen him on TV, and he's one wonderful actor and very castable.
Yeah,
got a very fun look. And yeah, I thought he'd be a millionaire because he seemed to never stop working. He's like, you've been watching this 4 jobs that I did last year that I've just very strategically been reposting, then getting photos done and posting myself going to auditions. So it looks like I'm super duper busy, which I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
But booking these jobs and actually ending up with a paycheck, it's brutal. It's so difficult.
And I think that's something we probably need to talk about, is kind of how do you cope with that when work goes quiet?
I wish I had healthy ways of coping with it. I wish I did.
It's the same with modelling. And whenever I don't have modelling for a while, like jobs, I start to think, oh my God, it's all going to dry up. I'm never going to get a job again. I might as well just retire now while I had a good run. And you have all these intrusive thoughts that come in your mind. And how do you learn to quieten those thoughts and be patient? Because I think being an actor, you have to be patient, don't you? Because you never know when the next role is going to come up.
And you'll be on a run of getting good jobs, and then nothing seems to have changed. You're not doing anything different, but you just can't book anything. I mean, I have a very bad habit of getting very depressed and getting very isolated as soon as work dries up.
I think a lot of creatives do have that side of depression, and it can lean into that very quickly, because our whole personality and everything, like what we believe in, our self-worth kind of goes into our work. So if we don't have any, you start to judge yourself over it. That's a difficult one.
I spoke to my closest, dearest friend, Clarissa, who isn't in the industry at all. And I think she messaged me, and it took me a few days to reply, and I was a bit apologetic. I'm sorry, I haven't been I haven't been working. I haven't felt like I've anything to talk about, because I've done nothing, and I'm quite ashamed. she, as your dearest friends are, really took me to task and told me off. She's like, when we talk, when we meet up and we chat, when do we only talk about your work? That's not what we talk about. We don't exclusively talk about your work. So I need to get better at it, not put all my self-worth on my work. Yes. Because that's my habit. As soon as, I put everything that is good about me is my work. And so as soon as the work's not in, I say, well, there's nothing good about me.
I completely understand that. I'm very similar.
Yeah, it's a very bad habit. It's a relatable, it's an easy habit to get into.
Do you take the time to reflect on the things you've achieved so far, the roles you've done? Because that is very important. And I think a lot of us don't. We're always looking for the next job, the next thing. And we really need to look back and go, look what I've achieved. Even if it means sitting down and playing all the things that you've played in. Just anything, just to remind yourself of how far you've come.
I mean, I can't imagine anything worse than sitting down and watching myself.
Really? I have to say, there's some podcasts that I've watched and I go, yeah, girl, smash that.
Oh, nice.
And there are some where I'm like, no, please take that down. I cannot bear it. And it's just, we're learning, we're evolving. It's all part of it.
Yeah.
And if you got, the cringe is just part of it, right? If you always just avoid everything because you're worried about getting cringed out, then you'll never achieve anything.
I can achieve stuff and just not watch it ever. Like this, like clips of this, I intend to be posting and sharing, but I'll probably just send it to my agent and go, "Can you watch these?" Because I can't bear to just hear myself, see myself. As I said before we started recording, I kind of hate doing anything as myself. Like as soon as I'm doing it as a character, it's a bit more.
It's a bit easier.
It's a bit easier, but like.
I think you're doing great. And the thing is, you're so easy to talk to.
Oh, thank you.
And you've got a lovely, charismatic personality anyway. And it's funny, actually, because you remind me of it just sends me right back to being at Goodwood when we chat, because I'm not an actor. I would say I'm quite a bubbly personality. Yes. But you never realise how different actors and performers are to like the average person until you're stuck with them for 4 days at 4 or 5 in the morning, before I've had my free coffees that I need.
Yep.
And you're all bloody singing. Why are you singing? 4 in the morning, and you're la la la, and you're.
We need to.
And someone's doing a ballet spin in the corner. I'm sure any performers listening knows what I'm talking about right now. You guys are crazy. You just have so much energy. You're already in character before you've eaten your scrambled eggs. Do you know what I mean?
I think we just get very used to 4 a.m. call times and things like that, and you just get used to it. And you just have to get yourself. Say, right, let's do it. Bring it on.
I was literally falling asleep while getting my mascara done most of the time in those mornings. It's ridiculous.
That's when I'm most at risk, is sitting in the makeup. But then you have the wonderful, beautiful makeup artists, hair and makeup team, who are so lovely and so chatty. You just go, I can't nap while you're here. You're just too nice. I want to have a gossip.
It's manic to be those makeup artists during that event, isn't it?
They're there like an hour earlier than us.
Yeah.
They leave so much later. Like that's also the thing is, as soon as I want to complain about ridiculous call times and everything else, I go that they've been here. They were here before I was here.
Yeah.
They'll be here after I'm here, and they will not probably sit down.
No, it's crazy,
at any point in the day. So.
Yeah, I do like really look up to them. It's crazy. I feel like I've met a lot of makeup artists through modelling, and I say to them, "Oh, did you ever do Goodwood?" And they're like, "Yeah, once." And then that's it, because it is just a hard work. I think if you're working in some of the salons there, it's a bit easier, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's the trainees, like these students, that I think it's hard work. I think.
But
great experience though.
There's always one of the things where I've recommended Goodwood to other actors, and where I recommend immersive work. So it's incredibly hard. You usually don't get paid very much, which is a conversation for another day maybe, but the pay in immersive world.
Do you do much other immersive acting then? I've
done a fair bit. I did Paddington Bear. That was
Paddington Bear?
The Paddington Bear experience.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Did you not?
No.
Did you miss my post? Have you not been studying my Instagram closely enough?
Clearly not good enough. Were you Paddington?
I was not. No, I'm too.
Damn it! That would have been
I'm too tall
hilarious.
for Paddington.
Oh.
Because I think 5'4" maybe was the maximum height.
Oh, really?
For Paddington.
Damn it.
But yeah, I was the station master, an explorer, the explorer's assistant, and I was Mr. Brown.
Oh wow, that's a lot of characters.
Yeah, and you just, it's still going on, and it's a wonderful experience for families. But yeah, it's very much like London Dungeons, where it's show after show, audience after audience after audience. You just keep going.
That sounds tiring.
It gets when it's peak season, when schools are out, because it's obviously a family show. Oh, you want to cry.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's so hard.
It's all part of it. I can imagine you just keep going though. You know what I mean? Just keep that smile going. That's all part of it. You have to, don't you?
And they're usually not very chill characters. They're running about, leaping up and down. And of course you have the thing with immersive, particularly with shows like that, with Goodwood, you're just improvising, you're saying your own dialogue, you're making it up as you go, talking a load of old rubbish. But with immersive shows like Paddington or the London Dungeons, whichever you like, Shrek's Adventure, you have a script and all the sound is timed out.
Yeah.
So you have to hit your marks while you're also having a conversation with people. You're throwing out questions, hoping you get the right answer back. You might not get the right answer back, or you might just get silence. You might just get an audience who don't respond at all. You ask them, what are you talking? What's this bear you're talking about? Paddington. And you get nothing. It's like,
oh my God.
Well, I was hearing about a bear called Paddington in London. And then you...
I guess after a while you just become second nature to know how to cope with something like that.
Oh yeah, you get every kind of difficult audience.
Yeah, I bet.
But like Mrs. Brown at one point, she had a whole bit where dialogue, and then she had to walk herself to a doorway in dialogue, and then stop, turn at just the moment a light above her head goes ding as she has an idea. You have to get that timing. That's what I mean. For the Mrs. Brown shows I saw, I couldn't obviously watch them all, but they always nailed it.
Really?
But
Fantastic.
that timing is hard.
Oh my goodness. Now that's something, because I have dyspraxia and I do...
Same. Yes.
That makes me feel better, because I was about to say that's what held me back at not applying for acting jobs in the past.
Oh, it's difficult. I have to work like shows like, the Quantumania, the Goodwood one we were both in. I was in the dance scene.
Yeah.
There was a reason I was at the back, because everyone else is a trained...
over everyone.
Oh, everyone else is a trained dancer.
Yeah.
And in that rehearsal room, Jazz, our beautiful, wonderful choreographer, like, she was so patient with me.
Oh.
But like, she'd go, and we do step, turn, leg, kick.
God.
And then every dancer in there has got 10 moves memorized through watching it once.
Yeah.
I go, what's the first one? And I couldn't get like step forward and then you turn, but you land on your left leg, and how do I land on my left? I couldn't get my brain
stressful, isn't it?
to do it.
I was saying to someone earlier on the podcast she said she couldn't dance, and I said I can dance on my own, but if you put me with other people, someone's going to end up with a broken ankle or something. Do you know what I mean?
Magnificent tap dances I've done in my bedroom listening to musicals or something.
I called it once diagnosed ditziness, because that's what dyspraxia feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, we don't mean to, like...
Because it's nothing too chaotic. It's just irritating.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. It's just more irritating stuff.
It is irritating, and it just holds you back slightly, but not enough for it to be too much of a problem.
Yeah.
But, I found out recently that Daniel Radcliffe has dyspraxia.
Okay.
Harry Potter. And I was thinking, well, if he can do it, then, that's...
Yeah.
Because... he's great in Harry Potter, and he was so young when he was trying to learn. Because my thing is memorising lines. I get words back to front a lot.
Okay.
In fact, actually, on the podcast, I've said a lot of things back to front. I was interviewing Tom about philosophy. See, now I can say it because I'm calm. But during that whole podcast, I could not say philosophy or philosopher. The whole podcast. So we ended up calling it falafel, because it's something I could say. It was so embarrassing.
I mean, you heard me earlier trying to pronounce Taron Egerton's name and having
Taron Edgington.
Egerton. Now I'm doubting myself.
I don't know. That's a difficult one.
Words usually I'm okay in.
Oh, really?
It's more movement but if I rehearse, then it will be fine, like a fight scene. So I just want to rehearse. I want to do it again and again and again because it won't come naturally. But once it locks in, it'll be locked in.
See, for me, it's just repetition.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of repetition, like more than the average person.
Yeah.
Like just to learn the intro for this podcast, which is not long at all. Days, repeating it in the shower constantly. My boyfriend, oh my God, he was driven mad by me. He was like, please shut up. Because I was going, welcome to Creative Conversations. Welcome to Creative Conversations. And he was like, please be quiet. But it's just, had to be done.
Yeah. And then it locks in. And then, I mean, there's like warm-up songs and things like that, which in youth theatre days, I did on repeat. And now it's like, that is never leaving my brain. I'll forget, who I had a beer with 2 days ago or something like that. I'll forget everything about that. I'll forget all the important things. I would certainly forget my grocery list. Make a list of, like, don't forget, I need to buy cereal. Come home, what's the one thing I haven't got?
Oh, no. So, changing the subject slightly, but you're currently writing some films, is that right? And something about a sequel?
I'm having a go.
You're having a go?
I'm having a go.
Okay.
Because every creative person, particularly people in the acting world, stop waiting for jobs to come to you. Make yourself a job.
I like that. That's the kind of talk I like to hear.
So
it's positive.
I'm having a go. There's, without saying it because the other film's not out, that I did a film and currently don't know if there's any plans to do anything further with it. And me and one of the other actors were having a chat, having a catch up, and we go, I'd like to see part 2 of this one. Not sure if they're going to do it. Shall we just write it?
Yeah.
And so I've literally just spent, I carry my notebook around to I can say it's a horror. So the first few days is the fun bit where you're just coming up with terrible, horrible ways to kill people off in a...
Do you enjoy writing that kind of stuff?
It's quite cathartic. It is quite cathartic.
Really?
You do feel you're going a bit loopy.
Do you get quite creative with it?
There's some creative ones.
Really?
There's some fun ones because it's more you think I'm not a huge fan of horror as an audience member. I love working on horror movies, but the worst horror movies are ones where you go, oh, everyone just got stabbed with a knife at the end. Like, that was a bit boring. Like, where was something creative? I want to see something I've not seen before.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know it's not a horror, but I've recently been really hooked on watching Dexter.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I'm weirdly drawn to psychopaths. I always find them rather attractive.
Oh, okay.
Only in series, not in real life. I don't think I've ever met a psychopath. Well, at least I don't know I have. But he has some really creative ways of killing people, and I think, good for you, Dexter.
I mean, what's Michael C. Hall? Is that the actor's name who plays Dexter?
Yeah.
Michael C. Hall?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very good-looking man. He is, those are creepy eyes, but they're very nice eyes.
They are a bit dead. I don't know if they are off the series. I haven't seen them, but on the series, he's very good at playing very deadpan.
Have you ever watched Mindhunter?
No. Should I? Because I've come to the end of the Dexter now, so I need a new one. Mindhunter.
It's not like a horror in the slasher sense, but it's the sort of true story of the people who first... I guess you'd say they came up with the terms for psychopaths. They came up with the terms of serial killers. And they did that by interviewing known serial killers who were just, at that time you just viewed they were evil and they did mass killings, but they came up with, no, what is in their brain that makes them think this way. And so they have actors playing well-known serial killers, and what they do, which is so creepy, and all the actors are incredible, but they take snippets from the actual interviews that were conducted. So the dialogue they are saying, oh yeah,
that's scary.
It's really creepy and
ew.
It's really good, but in terms of really accurate portrayals of psychopaths, killers. Like Mindhunter is...
I'll have to give that a watch.
It's David Fincher who directed it, who, Seven, Fight Club. So, it's really good quality. And then they cancelled it, and my heart still breaks.
No, that's
they did.
So sad.
And then I think David Fincher just the other day said they're definitely not going to do a season 3, which is heartbreaking. But
I hate it when that happens.
It's the worst.
So you're quite enjoying writing some film sequels. If you were to write more or write your own, what would be the theme? What kind of inspiration would you take? Is there something that you're most interested in?
I mean, me and my dad have been talking about a project he likes the idea of, about his grandfather. And it was a funny conversation me and my dad had, because I'm always poking him, like, well, righty, you've got this lovely story of his granddad who adopted his mother, came home from the war, was dealing with what we would now describe as PTSD, but comes with the idea, my idea, which I like, that's in it, is he played the cornet, a kind of trumpet, and I was like, oh, let's focus on that, and like a man dealing with PTSD, family issues, but he just likes this instrument, and kind of making it a bit of a brassed off tribute sort of thing. And then I was having a chat with my dad about it. I was like, have you written anything for the cornet player? I said, yeah, I've had a few more ideas. I've made him a murderer. I said, oh, for goodness. It's like, how did that happen?
That's quite a turn of events.
Yeah, we now like the idea of writing 2 versions of the cornet player, both called the cornet player. One is a heartfelt tribute to his grandfather, and one is a slasher movie, but still with like the same like base like setup of man returning from war, adopting a daughter, having a cornet, but like one goes like vicious murder and one is just a heartfelt beautiful film.
That's so funny. I love the contrast between the two.
It'd be I don't think it's going to happen, but we
it's fun to think about it.
It is fun. It's one of the things we chat about when we go for our Sunday pints together. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a fun little conversation to have.
Yeah, of course.
But of course, I write things and then I read them back and go, this is a first draft, which is always terrible, but because I've written it, it's terrible in a way that is completely unsalvageable. It just needs to go in the bin, and I get very anti it.
You sound like most creators.
Yeah,
so savage on yourself. You just have to be a bit nicer.
I don't know how to do that. You have to teach me how to do that.
It's things like, I guess, if you saw a child, would you talk to that child in that way? If not, don't do it yourself.
Depends. If it's my nephew, then I might.
Depends if it's a little brat or not. Can I ask, like, how, like the moments in your life, the highs and the lows, how do they impact your work?
I mean, in terms of how I'm feeling, like, that week, or
just in general in life, the highs and the lows, how does that impact your acting?
I mean, I think it goes back to something you were saying earlier, where he's taking a moment and thinking back on things, and there's jobs that I've done, even if I've just been a small cog in a very cool machine, I go like, yeah, that's cool, actually, that is cool. And yeah, every now and again, like, I have those moments going like, I can be proud of that, even if it wasn't like the biggest part for me, but I got to be a part of something that is cool and fun. And I think back to like 13-year-old Charlie and go like, you gotta do that, that's awesome.
Yeah, I like to remind myself of that when I don't think I've achieved as much as I want to, as I go, what would 14-year-old Sophia think of me now? And I'd like to think that I'd think I'm bloody awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like, go girl! Yes, queen! And I hope that I'm making that young girl proud, and I hope to constantly do that, and that's what you should be reflecting on. And when you're negative to yourself, you're talking to that inner child, and the more you're kind to yourself, the more you're healing.
Oh, I mean, friend of mine always knows when I'm feeling a bit down on myself, because my Instagram will start showing Charlie Maxey, I think I've got his name right, quotes, and he's the guy who wrote The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse.
Oh yeah, amazing book.
As soon as I start posting those on my story, that's Charlie needs a cuddle. Charlie's trying to like have positive words come to him and like put some positive words out there. It's like that's always my go-to.
That's so funny.
Or Mr. Rogers clips will be my go-to.
Oh really?
If you know him,
Mr. Rogers.
America. He's no longer with us, but he was an American children's host entertainer who.
Oh no, I don't think I do actually. I have to look.
There was a movie about him with Tom Hanks playing him, and there's a documentary as well. Watch the documentary because it's beautiful and
sounds great.
Sweet.
So, can I ask, how was your experience outside of drama school? How has that shaped your voice in ways that formal training might not have?
I mean, well, that's often the tricky thing. It's like that's where I sometimes maybe don't feel legit in this business, is not going to drama school.
What's the word? Imposter syndrome.
Yes. That's a good way of putting it.
That is definitely imposter syndrome, because I know I was trained as a print designer, but I wasn't trained as an artist. But I sell art. And sometimes I feel like, oh no, but I haven't been trained properly. I don't know I don't know much about like classic artists, and I don't know how to sell professional work. I don't know how to approach galleries. That's all stuff I've had to teach myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes the imposter syndrome comes in. You go, oh no, I should have gone to a fancy art school or whatever. But if you're good at what you do, which you are, then that's what you are. It doesn't matter if you trained in school or not. You went and had actual experiences working for film, which is way more beneficial than learning from a lecture. And
I, think of your work, and I used to work at the National Open Art Competition, which no longer exists, very sadly. And you think these are all artists who you don't get to know their backstory. We would present the arts to the judges, and it's all about the feeling they got, and they look at it, and they look at the brushwork or the composition, because they have photography and there's all different kinds. And looking at work, you don't care where the person trained and whether they know everything there is to know about Van Gogh.
No,
whether they know whether or not you pronounce it Van Gogh or Van Gogh.
Yeah.
You don't care about that. You're just going, is this a beautiful piece of work?
Yeah.
Well done. And that's what people care about.
And you hear of really famous actors that had no training and then somehow landed a role for a big film, God knows how, but they get in and then suddenly they're famous with no prior training. They just did one role and did really good at it because they're a natural and it's there. And I feel like the problem is with these creative jobs is that you never know when your moment's going to be. It could be now, it could be in your 50s. You just got to kind of trust the process, and everyone has it at different times. Do you know what I mean? And it's just a natural flow, and it's learning how to just accept and kind of go with it. Do you know what I mean?
And it's very much depends on who you're with a lot of the time. A lot of these times you hear of these amateur actors, these people who haven't acted before. Like, I still haven't watched Adolescence, but I understand the young boy in that is...
I haven't watched that.
No. So it's terrible to use that. Or This Is England, if you ever watched... This is England, the young boy who was in the film, Thomas Turkus. To my best of my knowledge, he had never acted before.
Yeah.
And he just rocked up to the audition with Shea Meadows. And the story I remember reading, and hopefully it's right before I give out wrong information, is he basically got the part because he was such a cheeky little sod. I think he was like 10 or something. And he demanded to be paid by Shea Meadows for the audition before he read the lines.
Really?
And so Shea Meadows gave him a $5 or something, and then he did the scene. He thought, that's exactly what this... And then he read it well, and he did have natural talent. But it's like, that's the attitude. But then he obviously got to do that film, and then he's working with extraordinary people like, again, Adolescence. Oh my God, that's terrible. Stephen Graham.
Oh yeah.
Stephen Graham, Vicky McClure, Joe Gilgan, like some of the best actors.
Wow.
Working, to the best of my knowledge, I believe they really looked after him, and he got the best kind of training there is on the job with incredible actors who he can just observe and work with, and then he's continued to be a very good actor. He's in his 20s now. He's fantastic.
So if your creativity was a character, what archetype would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Just throwing it out there.
I just feel it's something that's just walking into walls until it finally finds a door.
What is that, just dyspraxia?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Just I'm that cartoon character, or I am the bit, just because I watched the scene the other day, I'm the friend in Singing in the Rain, forgot the actor's name, as he opens the doorway and there's just a brick wall and he runs into the brick wall in the Make 'Em Laugh sequence. That's me until I find a door that doesn't have a brick wall.
But you'll keep going.
I'll keep smashing my face into a brick wall. And with full gusto and conviction.
Exactly, but I love that about you, and I just believe that you're going to do amazing. I really do. I think you're going to smash it. And to be fair, I've always just said you're my actor friend. I've never thought of you as anything else other than a professional actor, and I'll carry on seeing you like that. And I'm excited to see where your journey goes.
Oh, bless you. That's very...
It's going to be incredible.
I always get very uncomfortable when people say such nice things.
Oh, I know. It's just me.
You see my body tighten up.
Maybe one day we'll be able to act together or something.
I'd love that. I'd love that. That'd be so cool. Good.
We should do that. Well, I think that's pretty much like the end of the conversation. I think it's been amazing. I think you've been so good to talk to. Can I just ask, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, Charlie Bentley 1221, I believe. Yeah, just Charlie Bentley 1221 on Instagram.
Charlie Bentley.
And then on Twitter, Charlie E. Bentley, to make it a bit more complicated, 1221 there as well.
Yep.
I believe. And if I'm totally wrong, I'm sure you can put the correct links
I was going to say, we'll tag them below. I actually am lazy enough to ask the guests to say their usernames because I always get it confused. So I get the other dyspraxic to try.
Yeah. Just look at us. We're panicking each other's eyes.
12, I went to repeat what you said. I was like, I've already forgotten. 12, Charlie Bentley. But yes, anyway, that's the socials. We'll tag them below. Thank you for listening, guys. This was Creative Conversations, and make sure to tune in for next week. Bye. Thank you. Creative Conversations was hosted by Sophia Gray. It was recorded at Granary Studios, audio production by Granary Digital, additional production support and editing by James Jones. For more information, visit our website at granary.digital. To contact the show, email podcast@granary.digital. Please leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts and follow us on social media.